It's
I got that making stuff.
okay. So Kathy or nobody's Jamie's not coming in. Okay.
Jamie's also at a conference. So.
Kathy said no way.
Yeah.
No, that's fine.
There. How you doing?
Right now, I'm not playing raging.
Good.
But
Glad to hear that.
I kind of
You look younger, but I think it's because of your mustache.
I'm growing it back, girl. My wife keeps me
just all sorts of directions. If I use
You look fine, so.
Might as well have been.
it doesn't hurt, but it's I can feel it, and it's getting me.
So are you gonna submit the docket and all that stuff?
Good try.
Mr.
Wagner and I.
Okay. I mean, instead of going to her, I'll just refer to you.
Guys will just kill me. He's very frustrated. And then they come to shoot us, so. Yeah. It was the troop committee. Very good. I don't know. My doctor's face was. What if they hit? Just you don't have to go tomorrow. You don't wait 6 months out. So I'm Dr. Bruce.
Call this meeting to order. Rise and remove your hats. We'll say the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
I'll make a motion to approve the meeting minutes from the last council meeting.
I'll second that. We've got a motion to approve the minutes from June 22nd. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, the same. So moved.
I think this is for your sign.
Not used to passing things this way.
All right. Mr. Frayne, since you are acting treasurer for the meeting,
Which ones you want first? I have the claims. Ms. Atkins.
I make a motion to approve the claims.
I'll second it.
We've got a motion and a second to approve the claims. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, the same. So moved.
And the allowance docket for payroll in June.
I'll make a motion to approve the June payroll allowance docket.
I'll second that. We've got a motion and a second to approve the payroll docket. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same. So moved.
She had a couple more items that Daniel will be presenting when it's time. That's all that Ms. Atkins had.
Mr. Wagner.
The ordinance 7-2026 for establishing the door. This has been published for a public hearing, so if someone will make a motion to open the public hearing. Basically, take any comments that you have and close it. You can vote on second reading at this meeting, third reading at the next meeting, or do second and third tonight, depending on the meeting.
Will we open it for public comment for this?
So this was going for public comment. Certainly any final discussion that you guys have is appropriate once public comments in. So
Number of that dog.
7-2026.
I'll make a motion to approve or to open up public comment to the door.
Second that. We have a motion second to open up public comment for the door. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same. So moved. I'll take any comments from the public first. Do you have any questions about Dora?
I can't hear anything, so I don't know.
You can't hear anything?
That fan, yeah, that would help.
Well, it was either the fan or sweat. The air conditioner is going to be fixed on Wednesday.
So what is the topic you're looking for?
The Dora So it's the designated outdoor.
Refreshment area.
Okay.
Okay. So it's basically a perimeter that we are establishing in the downtown area that will allow restaurants and bars that serve alcohol to be able to serve, and then you could take that glass of beverage and stay inside the perimeter and come and go. So
Somebody else just did that. Another city just.
Kev,
Town of Colton, just passed one, not as quite as extensive as you, just on the Main Street block, and I have to say, reading your ordinance in the paper, well done. I kinda had ordinance in me. Good job.
thank you. All right, if we have no further comment, I'll take comments from the council.
Nothing for me.
Nothing. All right, then I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to close the public comment.
Second.
Second.
We've got a motion and a second, 2 seconds to close this open discussion on the Dora. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, the same, so moved.
I'll make a motion to approve Dora, ordinance number 7-2026 on second and third reading.
I'll second that.
We've got a motion and a second to approve ordinance 7-2026 on second and third reading. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, the same, so moved. All right.
I've got one here that I'll pass down for signature. And then understand the door will not necessarily be up and running until, I think the state ATF office, has to approve it.
How long
So
is that gonna take?
I don't know. It depends on the state. So I was hoping they could still do it in July yet, but I don't know. It may not be open by Latin Fest, unfortunately. So we're racing. So we'll do our best to get in touch with them and see if we can get it.
Kevin, how long did it take you guys once you?
We're not there yet, so we have application, keeping in mind we're smaller. But what we were told was about 2 to 6 weeks, Tony, but that's kind of the general response that they give everybody.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. So hopefully we have a shot.
All right.
The plan commission met immediately before the council meeting and they certified their recommendation. Mr. Lehman has a copy of it. We can circulate a copy of it to you. Basically, they have given a favorable recommendation to the amendments to the zoning ordinance that have been proposed regarding gas stations, convenience stores, alcohol retailers, and tobacco retailers. So at this point, what I'm gonna do is for the next meeting, I will have an ordinance prepared with those amendments. I do need to run down, we haven't had up until this point, but we have kind of a grid that makes it easy for you to look and see uses in what zoning classifications. That is something because of the format of the zoning ordinance we have. Keith and I and Tara cannot edit that. JPR has been helping us with it. I need to check and see if they can make that change for us, and I'll try to put that with the ordinance too. The content really is what matters. That grid just kind of helps you visualize it. So for now, though, they have made their recommendation. The ball is back in their court. This is not an ordinance that we need to have a public hearing on necessarily. It's one that you can actually vote on once and pass. There's no, actually, no, I didn't think about the penalty part of it. We may need to publish it. But essentially, we're in a position where we should be able to get this done at the next meeting. So, zoning ordinance, not sure how quickly after that we'll actually have the zoning ordinance with these changes integrated into it, published on the town website like we want. But again, we'll have to work with JPR on that. We will use a different format that we can edit more easily for the overhauled ordinance, hopefully later on this year or early next year.
But to be clear, once we pass the ordinance will be in effect.
It's effective. I just want to make sure it's out there. So again, if someone needs to look and see, I want to start this type of business or I want to put a business agreement, what, they need to be able to look at this grid hopefully and be able to tell, okay, here's what's allowed, it's not. So,
So you'll have an ordinance for us next meeting.
yes.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. Anything else?
I think that's all I have right now.
Alrighty. New business? Do we have any new business to talk about? Old business? Public comment?
Good afternoon. I could get used to this 4:30 thing, usually a little bit later. My name's Kevin Dawson. I'm with One Marshall County today, but I also wear two hats. I'm a town manager in Culver, Indiana. They've sent me here on a solo mission. I recognize some of the friendly faces in front of me. I don't want to labor over this. I brought some extra handouts. I believe that he's prepared you guys with handouts. We're going to use these as a guide. You guys are clicking through it, and I know what it's like to be on that side of the table, so I'll hit this as highlights. If you'll turn the first page, the presentation title in itself speaks, and I'm going to assume everybody here maybe has glossed over. If not, you'll have a chance. So what I want to do is pick up on some of the highlights today. One of the things is, what is Marshall, or where are we at today? One Marshall County. I could give you the history that we were crossroads at one time, the long drawn out history and the stellar programs, but I'm really more interested in what we're doing today and where we're moving, because I think that has the direct implications of what we can do together as a region and as a county. Some of the things that we've determined: housing demand exceeds supply. I think we're all in that same boat. I hear that you guys are in discussion with Collins, and we're kind of building our houses down there right now. Infrastructure investment requires coordinated planning. I think we've had a long talk, especially with Marshall County Economic Development Corporation, some of the things that we need to be able to do in terms of business attraction. You know, the dirty word right now is data center, solar. How do we navigate those environments and do what's best for the county and every individual community without them losing their voice? Employers compete for quality talent within any community, especially when there's a shortage situation. The one bullet point I want to add here, or not add, but highlight: communities are stronger when they work together. That sounds like a bumper sticker. It sounds great, but how do you do it? There are several things that make this difficult, and the first one is competition. Sometimes, especially right now at the state level, we feel like we're competing against each other as local communities for money. The problem is we're competing against each other. Meanwhile, South Bend, Fort Wayne, larger cities are consolidating. They have enormous amounts of resource and direct access to that money. Guess who gets left off the trough? We do, because we're too small as communities. So binding together, having a common strategy or interest, I think, is in our best interest. And that's where we began with One Marshall County. Finding cooperation rather than that competition. How do we do it? Communication. If you'll turn the page to our vision for Marshall County. Marshall County needs to be and is recognized as a destination for family. Now, we each all have a different meaning. Bremen is not Culver or Plymouth, right? We all have a different reason people want to live with us, but that reason is the quality of place that we create. We just do it differently. A magnet for employers. Now, Culver's a little difficult. We can't get those. We're not competing for any industry. You guys, we defer to you and Argus and Plymouth for that. We're not going to get somebody winding down 10 to get a semi in there. We're much more beach bunnies, right? So I get it. A leader in the quality of place. That's where we're moving. I hear you guys are on path projects, some of the different things that you're bringing to life in here. We've done it. We're having success. We're always looking to build on that. How can we be a model for regional collaboration? I think it's communication again. Keith will testify. When we sat at the table for the first time in Plymouth a couple years ago, it was ugly. And I'm not going to lie about it. Everybody had their interest, and we were trying to learn how to talk to each other. But the more that we listen to one another, the more we realize that on a strategic level, we're the same. What we do is bring it to life differently. So the imperative became taking those local conversations between us, between Mark and Argus, and bringing Plymouth to the table, listening to those to build the strategy, not the opposite, not developing a strategy for Marshall County and imposing it on every local community. I think that's the key here. And as I kind of flip through this, if you'll stay with me, The mission developed out of that. What is One Marshall County? The mission is to collaboratively champion economic prosperity and elevate quality of life, ensuring a resilient and sustainable future for every resident. The role, connect leaders, projects, funding, and partnerships to accelerate countywide progress. And its foundation is evolved from the volunteer-led Marshall County Crossroads Initiative, unites diverse stakeholders, including private, government, nonprofits, and residents. It's guided by a diverse board of directors, 28 seats, and those are good conversations representing the whole county, both private and public. Through that, they've developed the schematic. The collaboration, it only works in results, not language. Communities, business, education, healthcare, and philanthropy unite together to form an organization like One Marshall County. And what it does is it provides access to planning, funding through grants and different funding sources, execution, helping communities bring their vision to life, not our strategy, but take our strategy, whether it be housing or quality of place, and letting you shape it for your each individual community. Measurable results are the key. This is the difference between where we were maybe a year or two ago, which was quite a bit of talking and language, to where we're trying to move. We've just hired a director for communication and marketing. So we have our first paid position, and we expect results with that. Early wins, if you turn the page, Marshall County Community Development Corporation, the CDC formed. This is essential because in order to compete for regional grants with South Bend and Elkhart, which already have well-funded, well-developed CDCs, we need to get this on the ground. Marshall County Municipal Utility Assessment, RFQ. The utility assessment isn't trying to come in and do your utilities or say what's wrong. What it's trying to do is assess where there's opportunity to bring in businesses, where you have resources. What are your sewer? What is your water? And as a town manager, I can tell you that's a valuable thing to know, and also be able to leverage to bring in business, housing, whatever it might be. The Indiana Rural Health Transformation Program, or what we call GROW, grant application submitted. One Marshall County had their fingerprints all over that thing, and Linda Yoder was a great leader in that, great voice in that, and worked through it. One small business development centers cohort completed, and communication and community coordinator is hired. I'll skip through some of the spotlights if you don't mind, because I've taken up quite a bit of your meeting time. What we're trying to do is leverage outside investment. Regional collaboration positions in Marshall County to compete for major state, federal, and philanthropic funding. Like I said at the beginning of this, if we're competing individually and trying to get grants from the state, we have a greater chance of losing to the bigger counties. That's just a fact. Being able to cooperate on something like housing, quality of place plans, and to form cooperatives going for grants, especially in Ready, is essential in my mind leading. We all are facing the crunch right now, and I'm sure you guys are discussing what to do with the State House and that property tax and trying to figure out and navigate the next 3 years. I think through communication and collaboration, I don't necessarily say that's the fix, but I think we're stronger together navigating that environment than not together. And communication is key there. One Marshall County recognizes that investing in Bremen benefits the county overall, while investing in the broader community benefits each city and town. I want Bremen to succeed. Even if I'm wearing my town manager's hat in Culver, I want Bremen to succeed. Bremen's success allows people to migrate back down to Culver to take advantage of the beach, to spend a weekend there, hanging out, going to shops, restaurants. Your pop-up market has become an inspiration for the county. I don't know how many times I've been places and I've heard about this thing. And if I have to watch it or see it on my Facebook post one more time, I'm going to scream. Everybody's asking the question, why can't we have this? It's through the collaboration and listening to Tony, listening to Keith at meetings, especially at the mayor's office, where I'm learning how to do this stuff. I'm inspired to do that, and I've got a piece of land that I'm trying to get a hold of. Skip a little bit. Our 2027 strategic plans, if you will. Since I am here, let's take off the cloak, and I'm here for money. I'm here for an ask today, and I want you to see it as an investment, not an expense. Right now, you guys like me, we can't be looking at expenses. I got to know I'm getting some type of return. It doesn't have to be a monetary return, but it has to be a return for the money that you're spending, or we're not worth your time. What our 2027 strategic plan and priorities are: housing and infrastructure. I know you guys are moving into that right now, and I'm really happy to hear that. Had great conversations about it with you guys. We want to be able to stay within one Marshall County. That is a strategic vision for us, and helping you bring that to life, looking for grant opportunities, anything we can do on the backside of that to help facilitate it is key. We're not just looking at Bremen. We're looking at Bourbon. We're looking at helping LaBelle. We're looking at our community as a county. Quality of life and quality of place. This is our key. People want to live in small towns right now. I really do believe that, and we're starting to see it in Culver as that housing comes up. I've been told we have 200 new residents out there. Now, granted, we're an academy town, so we get some, but here's the best part. I've got 3 apartment buildings, probably housing up to 130 people at that site right now. And the swimming pool is full of little kids. The cars that are there aren't academy cars, and the towels are hanging over the balcony to dry. They're there. That's what we need. And it was a great vision to bring to life, and the grant opportunity through the Ready was key to that. Business growth and workforce development. This is the key, and I think we're having conversations right now with Marshall County Economic Development Corporation about this. But having a voice within the county, being able to prod and move the county towards certain initiatives is key to this. Community ecosystem and regional partnerships. Community ecosystem is quite simple. We talk with one another. Argus, Bremen, Plymouth, LaVille, Bourbon, we talk with one another. And I think we do that in a number of different opportunities. But I think One Marshall brings the private voices, the school board members to us, superintendents. We get a harmony of all the different constituents and stakeholders in Marshall County at the same table. I think that's key to me. The community ecosystem is formed naturally that way. It has to be organic. Regional partnerships, extending beyond our county, finding money, because right now the state loves to hand money out to the regions, and the regions redistribute it to us. I want to form a group that can compete for that money on the region with Elkhart and South Bend. I like the investment opportunity because I feel like the used car salesman at the end. It's a great slide, but I really do firmly believe that. I think it is an investment opportunity, and I'm putting my money where my mouth is because Culver's ponying up. We're investing in this. We expect to see results, just like Bremen, just like Plymouth, and everybody else who contributes. But I do believe in this, and I think that Culver, Plymouth have initiated that sponsorship, and we do want to see accountability, transparency, and results, and I'm confident we will as we move forward. The request today in front of you is $7,500 for the year, financial year 2027. I know you guys are moving into your budget talks, I'm sure, like we are, and I just wanted to get this in front of you. One Marshall County wanted to get this. You're supporting collaborative projects. You are helping. You are actually grant leveraging communication and implementation of projects on the ground. If you wanted to see the closing vision, strong communities are built through shared leadership and sustained investment, not quiet voices in corners. Together, I believe that each community here has an opportunity to remain autonomous, but form a collaborative group that will move Marshall County into a better place for our children and our grandchildren, the one that they possibly deserve. The rest on the backside are addendums. I will not labor over it. It's our board members, Jonah Best, we're representative. You can see everything I've told you, private, public. The rest of it are numbers down below, budget numbers that may inform you better, and some of the initiatives that we're doing. Are there any questions from either the crowd or the council that I can entertain?
The only question I have,
Yeah.
is $7,500, is that the same request from all communities that are?
It is. I will, full disclosure, Marty Osterbahn gave the presentation in Bourbon, and I think he didn't get the updated deck. He asked for 5,000. That definitely is the ask, and I think I think redevelopment and our town is looking into it. But yeah, they're going to come. I say I'm encouraging our council to do so. I got to be careful. I don't have a vote, and they haven't voted on it yet. But we've contributed the last year, and I expect that contribution to continue.
Culver gave a lot more than that. Plymouth gave a lot more than that with their RDC and the town both pitched in. But
And I appreciate that, Keith. one of the
I
things
can
that
share those numbers.
conversation wise, I think as we start transitioning from building our strategic vision and bringing it to implementation, I think being modest about the ask right now is key. Because quite frankly, and I think everybody on One Marshall County would agree with me, there has to be results. We have to be able to show you something on the ground before we start looking for more of investment.
Okay.
But that's the number for today.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.
All right,
Thank
thanks.
you, Kevin.
Thank you, sir.
The purse strings holder is on vacation right now, so we'll reconvene with her then. But
Much appreciated.
Yep.
Gentlemen and community, I'm sorry, I've got to go to a scrimmage. With your forgiveness, I'm going to take off.
you're,
today.
you're good to
If
go.
you have any questions, please feel free to reach out.
If I could start, I want to add to his a little bit.
Go ahead.
Okay. I'm Derek Jensen. I run Bremen Arts Collective as well as Historic Bremen. I just wanted to underscore that some of what Kevin said. One Marshall County, I think, is a good organization. And they tried to create an umbrella project that would encompass several local projects, Bremen Arts Collectives in particular, but also I'm also involved in the Wild Rose Moon in Plymouth, I know, and have some friends at Heartland Gallery. That didn't work out. So we applied for the ready money individually, and none of us got it. So that what he says is true and a big factor. Now they must know something in Culver because the one project I do know that got it was the Culver Theater project. So it is a consideration. Thanks.
Thank you.
That could be paid for by the artist. Like Mr. Frame noted, some communities haven't come out of those funds, basically. It's not really any different than the Marshall County Economic Development Corporation, Chamber of Commerce money, that's all been shifted over to the RDC. I think there is a larger conversation about what the town should be funding. Obviously, you're doing your budget now, but there's more going on here than just One Marshall County. It's not a reason to slow play it. I'm just saying there's some considerations to be made there. So the redevelopment commission meets a week from today. We can bring this up there. Certainly, the town can make a contribution out of its funding as well. There probably just needs to be some coordination between the two bodies on how much and who's paying for what. So, but I think it's worth revisiting all of that, even if it is the artist. So.
Any other public comment? All right, Mr. Frame.
I have nothing tonight. I have my
All righty. Henry,
Nothing tonight.
Matt,
Brian, quick update, like I put you on a text a week or so ago. Contacted by a local Special Olympics softball team. They're interested in hosting a doubleheader in the park, looking at August 1st. This would qualify them for the state competition with the hopes of competing there, potentially moving on to nationals. Working on that contract with them and getting everything set up. Been talks with Mike Huppert and some of the softball league guys. Maybe even seeing if we can get a guest appearance by a local celebrity down there. But it sounds like everybody's obviously in support of this. I myself, unfortunately, will be out of town that day at a wedding. But there's a lot of people that are interested. Talk to the firemen, park board. Everybody wants to see this go and happen and support that organization. So just making you aware. Looks like it's going to be August 1st in the morning, around 9-10 o'clock. Go till maybe 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon at the latest. So yeah, probably putting out some publicity on that as the time comes. We're going to be more a host and a support than putting the event on ourselves. But wanted to make the council aware of that.
all right, excellent. Ben?
Just quick update on the soccer field. The poles will begin next week and stood in place. And hope to have college in there shortly thereafter. So hopefully next couple of weeks they'll be able to go and ready to go.
Great. Just because I saw some comments. You got a baseball field, so maybe you just keep that in the back of your hat. You know, if there's something we can coordinate with the school in the future sometime after we get through this project, maybe
Down the road.
down the road, so, understood. Chief Stouter,
The only thing I got, you have our reports from our commissioner meeting last Monday. I encourage you, I believe I put copies in your guys' reports, Detective Trent Wiles and Sergeant Taylor Saloff. We gave them letters of commendation at last week's meeting. If you follow our Facebook page, you probably saw it. But, they both completed 2 lengthy investigations involving children. Very in-depth, very detailed, resulted in convictions of both suspects, and they received lengthy prison sentences. So, very proud of those guys and what they did. Just encourage you to read it.
thank you.
You know, those are the things we don't talk about much because nobody wants to talk about it. But I can tell you that Bill and I know those kind of investigations can change a man or a woman or police officers. And to have professionals doing that job, it's priceless for us. A job that none of us even want to think about. And both of those young guys have kids of their own. Just that's cool. That's when I was here for the commissioners meeting when they got the commendations. It was like, yes, these are the kind of folks we need representing us out in that world. Well done.
Thank you. Chief Derrick,
You have my report? That's all I have.
I'll make a motion to
I
accept.
have one more thing. We'll do that. So everybody that's here, the VFW contacted us about a month ago and asked they want to have a touch a truck event out at the facility. Would we like to be involved in it? I just, how cool is that? You got families come out. You get to have all these neat trucks and cars and police. And I threw it out to the departments and everybody sent either a cool truck, piece of equipment that the kids got to climb on, hitting sirens, getting to move stuff. Henry had a little competition going on out there. These things are so valuable for us to reach out and make those relationships with our community that when in times of fun and good, you make those relationships that when sometimes things go bad, we've already made those great relationships. But the guys asked me, should we pay our people the overtime? To me, it's some of the best spent overtime money we ever had. Some of them will flex it out, but just want to say thanks to these guys in their departments. They represented us well. And the guys from VFW, he just was floating on how our guys engaged the public. They weren't just there because they had to be, it's because they wanted to be. And well done, guys. Appreciate that.
how was the turnout?
That sounds like huge.
Was it this past weekend?
Saturday, yep. Saturday they had to be there at 10:30, at 10 to 2, 10, 11 to 2.
Awesome.
Good stuff.
All right, thank you. Okay,
I'll make a motion to accept department head reports.
I'll second that.
we got a motion and a second to accept department reports. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, same. So moved. Dan,
All right. Just to give you guys a quick update on wastewater treatment plant project, Phenuan's crews are working on forming walls and tie-in rebar at the influent pump station. They're also working on extending that water main up Kaiser Street to the wastewater plant. I attached a construction project update like I do monthly, just some its to note here. We are about 60% of the way through the contract time. And about 30% of pay-apps have been through pending approval this evening. And that we also have $660,000 in contingency left over. So as we get closer to a lot closer to completion of the project, we'll start potential stuff from phase 2 that we could implement in this project to kind of help move those things along. First item of business I have is change order number 3 for the project. It's a net deduct of $18,351. What this includes is there's a credit for revised door hardware in the buildings. Basically, it was kind of determined that the specified door hardware was a little bit gold plated for a pole building. So they offered a credit for that in addition to the bollards in the storage building. The ones inside the storage building are going to be surface mounted. So they're a little bit easier for them to install, and you won't have vehicles moving at significant speed inside the building. So they should hold up just fine. Finally, they offered an $8,500 credit to revise the plant water main extension along Dewey Street and Kaiser Street. We have since found that we actually do need to connect at the original location. This kind of transpired since this paperwork all got started getting signed and passed around. So that $8,500 credit's going to probably come back in a future change order. We're going to have to add that back in. But in this case, it's included in the deduct here. Just giving you a heads up for the future. That said, we reviewed all sums and totals and recommend council acceptance of change order number 3.
I'll make a motion to accept change order number 3 in the amount of $18,351 for the wastewater project.
I'll second that.
So we have a motion and a second to approve change order number 3 for a net deduct of $18,351. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Pose the same. So moved.
All right, next up, I've got the pay application, and this is the 2 requisition certificates I've got on behalf of Ms. Atkins, who's not here. The first requisition certificate is Thieneman Construction's pay app in the amount of $761,135.25. We recommend all sums and totals and recommend approval of this. Should I present both of them and vote it on at the same time or one at a time?
One at a time.
One at a time.
I'll make a motion to approve pay app number 6 in the total of $761,135.25 to the construction corporation.
I'll second it.
We've got a motion and a second to approve pay application number 6 for the amount of $761,135.25 to Thieneman Construction. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, the same. So moved.
Then the next item I have is requisition certificate 17, which is the escrow payment for retainage for said pay app, and that is in the amount of $26,844.34.
What is that called? Because I don't see it on the notes here.
It's requisition certificate number 17.
I'll make a motion to approve requisition number 17 for retainage in the amount of $26,844.34 to Thieneman Construction Company.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the requisition certificate number 17 for the amount that was just specified because I don't remember it. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Pose the same. So moved.
All right, then we have a little bit of a phase 2 update. So back on June 23rd, IFA released the final project priority list for fiscal year 2027. And we did indeed score at number 4 alongside Lake of the Woods. So we're within the fundable range like I previously reported when they sent the draft report out. So since then, Alex Hilt with IFA, the kind of financing money guy, has reached out to us and requested additional information on our readiness to move forward with a phase 2 project. And with the Baker Tilly team, we met and have since responded to SRF, indicating we're targeting the following schedule that's listed in our update. That would be, we would open bids on the phase 2 project in November or December of this year. We would, or Baker Tilly would issue due diligence to SRF at the end of February. A Board of Accounts audit would be completed at the end of February. All permits would be in hand at the beginning of March, and our anticipated closing date for phase two would be March 25th of 2027. Based on our SRF project update that we did back in March, we estimated the total phase two project cost at $20,229,000. That includes the interceptor sewer as well as all the wastewater treatment plant work in phase two that we had previously designed and spec'd out. As part of this, we requested $5 million in principal forgiveness. That'd be a grant. That's typically the max amount that SRF will give out for a project of this scale. So we requested that full $5 million in forgivable band. And I will update you guys on SRF's approval of this once we hear back from them. So in the meantime, I think we could probably reach out to Baker Tilly and maybe have them run some scenarios if we decide we want to do the interceptor or if we want to cut it out and what that looks like as far as rate impact goes. But that's kind of where we stand.
So the 5 million in principal forgiveness, that would take it down to 15,229,000. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And that would be off the principal, wouldn't be the
Correct.
interest.
Correct.
Right. When would we know? Is that approved or do we know?
No, it's not approved yet. We're they were just looking for some additional information from us. Their deadline was July 15th, so that hasn't even passed yet. So I mean, it'll probably be a few weeks after that we will hear back with their offer.
Is that something that's kind of like they may come back with a portion of that or?
Yes, that's a possibility. Yep, but I figured we need to ask for the full $5 million.
What's the current interest rates now for SRF, you know?
That was 4%. What we just talked about the other night.
Somewhere around there.
Or the IFA was like 4%
Yeah.
on that discussion we had the other night from, I think that's right, with Sean.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Is that it?
Just a couple other items, on Bowen Ave, it looks like, concrete work's done. They're starting asphalt this week. And on Stock Street, we've received and responded to item permit review comments, and we're looking at gearing up starting that in August.
They think the Bowen project will be done by the end of this week or?
I just have here that they're indicating they're starting it.
Okay, because it
So
looked like
I
they
don't-
put down
I'm
some
not
asphalt
sure.
last week already.
Yeah.
First layer.
They
Yeah.
did.
Maybe
They put the first layer down last week.
I don't know if this is you. I think I already asked you. Do we know anything about 331? It looks like they're pretty darn close.
It was supposed to be the end of June, but then their start date got delayed, so now they're saying the end of July. They never did give a date.
Okay.
Yeah, it does look like it's real close.
So I pulled up there and I asked one of the gentlemen, but he asked for my credentials, said I was supposed to get this type of information. I said, okay, whatever. Do you have a supervisor? He said, I can't give you that information either.
Flash your best.
I was just about to call Stouter and tell him to come down here and find some reason to put him in jail.
Didn't you guys have a bad guy use the bridge
We
the other
were
night?
down there, Friday night, Saturday morning, pursuit, I went through there, they tried to drive down the railroad tracks. That's,
Like she just let him go.
Yeah.
stolen vehicle and he was wanted for attempted murder
Oh, wow.
out of Michigan.
Did we apprehend him?
Yeah, napping East Canaan. He got us ran once he got us.
Murder.
Oh my gosh.
Well done.
Yes.
You know, I want to make one comment because I read this week with everybody. I'm sure they heard the news about the gal that kidnapped a 3-month-old baby, and I don't know what's going on behind it, but the flock cameras is what was able to get that baby back. And I know there's been some just things in the press about whether flock cameras are an invasion of privacy or anything else, but really all they're doing is tracking license plates, and you don't really know until you go looking. And it's in some situation like that where
We could talk for hours on that. They're not even tracking, they're taking a photograph of the rear of the vehicle license plate. There are valid concerns with anyways, with privacy, but there's a lot of misinformation being put out there that's untrue. And I'm sure eventually if we get somebody in here that's against it, we may have having that discussion. I see nothing positive about it.
Well, I think the point, and correct me if I'm wrong, Trent, but they're not even really used unless something happens where we need to, go back and trying to find. So it's not like somebody's monitoring thousands of vehicles a day going, who's coming to Bremen. I mean, we don't have that kind of time. So, but pretty cool to see something like that working. I'm sure those parents are pretty happy to have that baby back. So, town council comments.
Nothing for me.
I have a comment for everyone's out there that has been working on this project to get this ordinance changed for the benefit of Bremen. I want to thank all of you that have put in your time and effort. I know it took a lot to get over 1,000 signatures. I'm very, very happy to see the citizens get involved, get up here, and let us know how you feel. So I want to say thank you to you for what you've done and what you will continue to do.
All right. Nothing further. I'll entertain a motion for adjournment.
I'll make a motion to adjourn. Second.
All right. We got a motion and a second to adjourn. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Let's go.
I heard a couple.
They're